Hi, are you like myself who face this situation whenever you export data from a system into Excel or CSV? You will find that all the data are grouped into one column, or it could be spread over in a very disorganized manner. Today, I'm going to share with you how do you use Excel, Power Query to actually solve this issue in split seconds and even in minutes. At the end of this video, I will also invite you to an exclusive masterclass that is free to share with you how do you use Power BI to actually do quick visualization in 10 minutes. So stay tuned to the end. I look forward to hosting you there. Welcome back. In a short while, allow me to actually share with you how do you use Power Query, which is really a strength to know how do you split the data into different columns. So what you need to do is go to Data and press Get Data. From here, you can actually choose from File. Because my data set is stored as a CSV, so I will go to a CSV and it is stored in desktop. So I'll actually import it inside. So some of us might be wondering, why do I need to import again? Because Power Query is a different platform residing in Excel. So you can see the different data that is stored here called dataset practice.csv. It already prompts you that they can split it by comma based on the first 200 rows. And because I only have about 38 rows, so I'm very sure that Power Query will show me all the data set that I have. Now, the next decision point is, do I load or transform data? If I actually press load, you go back to Excel, which is not what I want. If I load to, it's going into pivot table. So what I encourage you to do is to go to transform data. At transform data, you can see that you go into Power Query Editor. So this is a Power Query platform. You can also see your applied steps. Now I'm going to show you the magic of Power Query. How do I split the data in one column into several columns? To do so, what I like to do is that I like to actually click upon the column and I do a right click. And alternatively, of course, you can also click the ribbon that is the same. But I like to do the right click so that I don't need to remember so many things in a Excel or Power Query platform. So I go to split column by what? This is the magic name that you need to remember. It's called by delimiter. And when you go into by delimiter, it can actually allows you to split by column, by colon, equal sign, space, and tab. You realize that Power Query effectively detect that you can split it by comma. There are a few ways what you can do so. If you like your ID, you can split by leftmost delimiter, and you can see the ID is being split. If you don't like this way of splitting, just simply delete it. Now go back to this column. If you would like to delimit by rightmost delimiter. For instance, you would like to get the performance rating and then you click here. So you can see your performance rating is being extracted. And at the end, you can even delete this column and get the data just for performance rating. Now, if this is not what you want, you can delete it. And now we could actually split by delimiter, and you can actually use each occurrence of the delimiter, and this is already preset for you in Power Query. Simply click OK. You can see that all the data set has been split. Now you realize that there's something that caught your attention is that row 1 actually shows the header. So not to be afraid, just go to use first row as header, and you can see that it actually positions your header very effectively on the top row itself. Now, what I'm going to do right now is to actually check my data type. So what is data type? Data type is at the side of your IDs or your names, you can see whether it is a number. So over here, they call ID as number, which is not what I want because ID is like names. So I call it text. So I replace current, and you can also see names, age is number, this is text, and this is number. Join date is fine, location, performance rating is number. Now there's something I would like to split again. You can see the name called John Smith, and what I can do is to right click and do a delimit, and this time round by delimiter, you can see that Power Query can detect it to split by space, and I just need to click space. And I can even double click it and call it first name, and I call this last name. Just double click it. Now, what if I would like to combine the two names again? Rather than do a merge names, what I have here in Power Query is something that I particularly like it a lot. It's called column from example. You can actually copy some of the format from other column into this column. So you can choose from all columns or from selection. I choose to go by from selection so that Power Query immediately can detect what is the column that I would like to see. So let's say John, I would like to combine it back and with a, oops, sorry, I would like to combine it back, John and Smith. That's it. So you can see that Power Query through its automation can repeat the same format that you have typed, and I called it first and last name, and it's actually done it for you. Okay, so with that, if you are happy with this, you can actually do a close and apply. I have one last thing that I would like to show you. How do you split the dates? So Power Query actually can see the dates by year, quarter, and month, and it can even split it for you. So what I need to do is I will actually click upon the join date, and I would actually press add column, and I go to date. So it can actually split it out by year. So you can actually see the magic of it. I can see the particular staff, which is the year that they joined, rather than look at the date itself. So this allows me to have a quick overview, and it's very beneficial when you have to do your visualization. I could also split it by quarter, and I bring it forward. And so this is the joint quarter, and I can also split it by month, and I bring it forward here, split. And I can even name it join UTR, which is for short, and join month. Okay, so with that, I'm pretty happy with the way I've actually data clean. It doesn't look unclean, so you can actually take a look at it. Except that you have a now, I can actually click now here. So I could also do a quick check, ensure that I don't have too many nows. All right. Okay, I'm quite happy. So almost all the fields are complete. So with that, I'm ready to close and load. So once again, you have two options, close and load, which goes back to Excel, or close and load to pivot. I choose to close and load. And at the end, you can see that my original data, the raw data set, is still there in my Excel. It has created another worksheet for you based on the data that it has cleaned. Welcome back. I hope you have enjoyed the learning on discovering how Power Query could effectively split the columns for you and even manage the dates. In a short while, I would like to invite you to join the 10 minutes free exclusive masterclass on Power BI. You can click the link below. And what we'll be using is the same data set that we've cleaned to create stunning visualization in 10 minutes. So I look forward to seeing you there. Goodbye.